Hi everyone. I'd like to spend a few minutes just sharing a little bit about myself for those that don't know me and why I created this page. So my name's Lailah. I'm 48 years old, mom of three teenagers, married, and I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis 8 years ago. So very soon after my 40th birthday, and it's been a journey. I chose the alternative route to living with this disease. I felt the conventional treatments that were out there for rheumatoid arthritis were just not for me. It was a very personal decision, and rheumatoid arthritis is different for everybody. It affects people differently, and even the treatments that people respond to is very different from one person to the next. So it's a personal choice that I think we all make if we're struggling with this disease. So basically, this page is about me sharing this journey with you, and also hopefully getting people out there with the disease to share with me and to share with others on the page in terms of what you've done naturally and alternatively to help you with this disease, and where you're at and what has worked for you. And that's what I want to do, is just to share with you what has worked for me and brought me this far. So I've been in remission for the last 3 years. I had my last really bad flare-up 3 years ago, and that one was probably the worst one that I had. Really completely knocked me out. I couldn't move, I couldn't walk, I couldn't turn in bed, I couldn't get out of bed. I struggled, and it was horrible. Probably one of the darkest moments for me with this illness. And it was then that I really made the decision that I had chosen this alternative path, and I needed to be consistent, and I needed to stick to it, because there were moments during my worst times that I questioned myself as to whether I'd even made the right decision. And when you're in pain, you start to begin to question everything. So I'm glad that I stuck it out, though. It's been a long journey. Definitely not the easiest. Definitely not the quickest. It would have probably been easier to have just popped a pill and gotten on with it. But I think the side effects of what these drugs out there are doing to us is what really scared me. And I just said, no, not for me. So like I said, it's a personal choice that I made. And this page is not meant to try and convince anybody to change their form of treatment, or go and see another doctor, or nothing like that. This is somewhere where I'm hoping we can share our journeys and our experiences with this illness and help each other, create an awareness as to the impact food can have on our bodies, and the right supplements and exercise, and what it can do for you, what it can do to help. There's a lot of different aspects to this disease besides the physical and the obvious. There's the emotional side to it that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. And so I'm hoping that this page will be able to cover all of that. So what I really want to do is start my journey from the very, very beginning and share with you what I did in terms of how I was able to get the inflammation to come down, how I was able to last 8 years without medication and no severe joint damage. And if you look at my hands, I don't have any severe damage to my fingers, which I was hurt. My fingers hurt a lot during my flare-ups, and I have one finger, my middle finger, that I'm still unable to bend all the way down, but it's come a long way. I'm like 70% there, and it's getting better all the time. But other than that, my joints are great, and that's everywhere: my shoulders, my feet, all the areas that I was hit the hardest. And this was after being told when I was diagnosed that if I didn't take the medication within 5 years, I would probably end up in a wheelchair. Not really something that anybody wants to hear, and that was hard. That was tough to take in, but in spite of all that, I still chose, and I stuck to it, and I was really stubborn, and chose the alternative part, and I'm glad that I did. So this is for those out there that are kind of like-minded, and or even in between, and doing a little bit of the conventional, but also wanting to follow alternative ways to deal with this disease and find ways that we can heal our bodies. And because I think the body as a whole wants to live in balance and be strong and healthy and fit, and I don't think we were created to be broken. And so when we put in, good foods and the right supplements, and we exercise and we really take care of ourselves, we see our body healing, and it's possible. Anybody can heal from rheumatoid arthritis. There's no cure, but we can get the disease into remission, and I'm living proof of that. And so this is what I want to share in terms of what I did to get to where I am now. And there was a lot of things, not just the food. It played a huge part, but there was food, there was supplements, there was exercise, there was parasite cleansing, there was colonics, there was a lot of things. Even your mental health and how you handle stress plays a part in all of this. And having a supportive family, plays a huge part in this, especially when you choose to go alternative, which is not what a lot of people are comfortable with. So having people, the closest people around you, for me, my husband, my children, my mom, my parents, my siblings, were very supportive in my decision, my friends, and that made a really big difference for me. That helped me in a lot of ways. And so all of those things come together and form this healing that we're all looking for. So I hope that I can take you through step by step what I did, how I did it, and share with you. And if this can help anybody out there that is struggling the way that I once did, that will be, all that I'm asking for. And, if it's not you, you may know somebody that is struggling with arthritis, a loved one, a family member, a friend, an associate. Like my page, share my page with them, and hopefully they'll be able to benefit from this. And even if you don't have rheumatoid arthritis, but you're struggling, when you wake up in the morning, you feel that stiffness in your hands or your feet or your neck, and there's that bit of inflammation. There's things on this page that we're going to share as we go along that are going to help you with that and help you to just, achieve balance in your body and to learn the power of food. I think that's the awareness that I would really love to create, is how powerful food is. And so I look forward to this journey with everybody, and I will be doing short videos like this as I go along, just journaling my journey. And if there's any questions that anybody has, please feel free to ask me, and I will answer to the best of my ability. And if I cannot answer you, I will tell you. If I think it is a question that should be directed to your doctor, I will tell you. If I need to research it before I answer it, I will tell you. I will always, think before I just answer. And a lot of the answers may be based on my personal experience, and I will make sure I emphasize that this whole journey and this whole page is based on my personal experience. I'm not a doctor, naturopathic or conventional, but I can only share what my journey has been and what it has done for me personally, and hope that it will somehow impact somebody else out there. So with that being said, thank you. I look forward to getting to know you all, and we'll chat soon.